I'm still fighting to get my life together. I'm also still fighting this cold off. It's taking forever. Last time that I had a cold, it took between 2.5 and 3 months to fully get rid of it. Since the last time we spoke, we've had my baby shower and I got a few items, not that many, but I got a few items, and all the piles of doom in the office slash future nursery just keep getting bigger and bigger. And I'm getting really anxious about the fact that I'm not at all prepared. I haven't sorted through the newborn clothes that I already had, slash the ones that I've been buying and been gifted and all of those things, and there's gonna be tons and tons of laundry to do. And I wanted to start going through the newborn things today. However, the box is in the office slash future nursery, and so is my husband in constant meetings, so I haven't been able to go in and get the box out. So we're just gonna do other things. We have been donated a crib that it's there in the corner. The mattress has a nasty stain on it, but there's two mattresses, so I'll probably just put that one on the bottom and then the nicer one on top. Obviously I'll try and clean it, but we'll see. But that's a crib that we've been donated by one of our friends. I'm gonna do TJ's laundry today. I was gonna do it and then change my mind because I was like, oh, I could just add the bed sheets, but he's asleep right now, so I can't, obviously. Whatever, I'm just gonna wash the rest of the clothes, and then I have 2 sets of bed sheets anyway, so I'll put ones on and I'll keep the other ones in the wash. And I have tons and tons of dishes in the sink because the dishwasher was running last night, so I couldn't do anything, and I refused to do dishes by hand, blah blah blah. I used to be someone who used to be on top of the dishes and having empty sinks, and now more often than not I have an overwhelming amount of dishes to do, and we don't talk about that. I don't know, I used to be someone, like, I used to be on top of everything, and I don't know how people do it. Like, there's people out there with 5 kids and they're thriving, and I'm here with 1.5 kids and I'm basically surviving. Welcome to the laundry room. It's very loud in here, so you can probably not hear me, so I'll just do a voiceover. Hey yo, how's everyone doing on this fine day? My laundry room is ridiculously loud. There's a pipe that we believe it's not fixed or attached correctly, and we've asked the plumber to come back and have a look at it for us, but so far it hasn't happened despite that we've been living here for a few months. So at the moment it's still very loud. In this clip I actually didn't speak because I wanted to, you know, not be super loud, but there's actually other clips that we are in the laundry room, and I was like, you know what? It's fine, they can hear me and they can put up with the noise. So on this one, you get a nice little voiceover. I'm trying to remove some stains from my son's clothes. That nasty yellow stain is from like tangerine juice. When he eats them, it drips all over his chin. You know how it is if you have any kids. But I absolutely suck at getting stains out of clothes. They don't seem to work. I've tried 2 different stain removers so far and nothing works. The stains always stay there, so I end up always putting some things in the bin when they're too far gone to recuperate. I have, however, at the point of recording this voiceover, bought like the TikTok sensation stain remover. It will show up in a few videos because it was a few weeks after this, and I have actually not tried it yet, but I'm very looking forward to that. So in a future video, when I do the next load of TJ's laundry, you will see that, and it's all very exciting for us. So there's a little cliffhanger for you if you must. And this is the detergent that I used. It's the Skip, the green one. I believe there's a green, a blue, and a pink. I know there's a pink one. Is the other one blue? I think there's 3. Anyway, this was my first time buying it, and I bought it based just on the smell. I don't know if they actually have any difference between them. I'll have to investigate that. But I love this detergent. The smell is amazing, and it really lingers on your clothes. So if you haven't tried it, definitely recommend. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, and it's not even everything because I still have things from lunch on the table, so hold on. It's ridiculous. I don't know how these things happen. And I used to be someone who like empties the dishwasher as I used to do other things. Like if I'm waiting for the kettle to boil or something, I'll empty the dishwasher. And I still try to do that to the best of my abilities. But in the mornings when I'm here alone with TJ, I can't really do that because like there's sharp knives in there, so I don't want to have the dishwasher open. So I still use the items straight from here, and that's why it doesn't look that full. Because believe me, it was packed to the brim. But otherwise, I just take things out and I close it back up, and then this happens.
I mentioned it previously how I had kind of a hate relationship with this dishwasher just because I loved my previous one so much. But I'm happy to report that currently I'm okay with this dishwasher. I feel like I finally figured out a good position, a good location to put each item inside, and things get washed properly, and I can put as many things as possible in there. That's all I want in a dishwasher, it's to load it efficiently. And I've also discovered what's the best program to use it so it doesn't take too long, but at the same time it cleans everything properly. So we're making good progress.
My camera ran out of battery and I don't even know what was the last thing it filmed, but I finished loading the dishwasher and there were so many dishes that it just completely filled the dishwasher, which seems to be what always happens nowadays. It's so hard to keep on top that by the time I get to it, the dishwasher is full, and then it repeats again, because from now, all the dishes that we create are gonna end up in the sink, because the dishwasher's running. I don't know. So, I managed to get the clothes out of the office, and this is a laundry basket of the things that we've bought so far for the baby. This is also a new laundry hamper that's gonna be her laundry hamper. So this is full of new clothes. Some of them are second-hand, some of them I've been gifted, some of them are brand new and I bought it, some of them brand new and are gifted, some of them are second-hand and I've been gifted. But basically these are just all the clothes that have been accumulated so far for her in specific. So there's a lot of girly things in here. But then these are all the newborn clothes that I've kept from my first baby. So according to the type, I have the snoo sheets, brown bassinet sheets, newborn clothes, 1 to 2 months clothes, the snoo stacks, the newborn carrier, muslin cloths, swaddles, and it's packed to the brim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this and decide which of these things I'm going to reuse for the baby girl, like if they're neutral or even if they're like boyish, but they would look alright on a girl. It would still be cute to have them dress the same things. So I'm gonna go through it, and whatever I'm keeping, I'm keeping. I have a new empty laundry basket here so I can throw things in, because obviously I'm gonna rewash everything, not now, but closer to the date. And this way it gives me peace of mind knowing that everything in the basket is just ready to wash. So I'm gonna throw things in there to wash, and whatever I decide not to keep, depending on how much it is, I'll either keep it in the box or I'll move it to a bag, and I'm gonna take it to a second-hand clothes shop and see if they want to buy anything. And then whatever they don't want to buy from them, I'm gonna put it in a plastic bag and throw it in one of those donation containers for people in need. And that's very sad, because that means there will be things that I won't see again. But it's okay, it's okay. I'm going with it with an open mind. So let's go. I'm gonna open the box. This is gonna be very nostalgic, and I don't know, I'm a very hormonal person, so I'm not particularly looking forward to this. I mean, I am, but I'm not. This is a good angle. Things like this. These are the bed sheets for the snoo. Obviously, I'm keeping them. And this is the newborn carrier. I'm keeping it as well. Should I wash it? Yeah, I'll wash it. TJ was never a big fan of this. Hopefully she will, because with having a toddler it would be very handy if I could baby wear. Now sleeping sacks. Okay, these are more sheets for here. These are the sheets for the pram bassinet. So sleeping sacks, we had these swaddle ones by Halo, which was our first bassinet, and then we upgraded to the snoo because it was a terrible sleeper, and plot twist, a year and a half later he still is. But I bought some of the Halo sleep sacks, which are swaddle. He wasn't a big fan of them, but I'm gonna keep them just in case she is. And the same with this, what is this, Tommy TP one. I'm gonna keep this one as well.
Oh man, going through this bin of newborn clothes, there was so many feelings. I was talking at some point as I was going through the clothes, but then I decided to just speed up the whole clip because it was so incredibly long. It was literally an entire battery of my camera. Oh my god, the feelings. So first of all, the smell, the scent. It was the scent of the newborn clothes detergent that I was using when we were living back in the UK. If you are new here, hi, we used to live in the UK and we moved to Portugal a few months ago. So my son was born in the UK and he lived there until he was 1, and then we moved to Portugal. So going through these clothes, because it smelled like that specific detergent that I used for a few months while he was a newborn and a young baby, it was so nostalgic. I love that detergent. The smell was amazing. It lingers so much on the clothes. And in here, that one in specific doesn't exist, but I also haven't been able to find one that lingers for newborns. I mean, that lingers as much as this one did. So it makes me sad because I love good smelling clothes. But either way, going through the pile of clothes and remembering him using certain outfits, oh my God. Nostalgia and me, we walk life hand in hand. So this was not the easiest task, but I tried being objective and not keeping too many things. I kept like the vest and things because those, you can use it with any baby. So I kept the ones that were in good condition or the ones that were very practical. For instance, the vests, I like the ones that have the buttons on the side for newborn because of the umbilical cord. I find it easier versus the ones that go over their head. And then the outfits, I kept a few that I remembered DJ wearing because I want to have them both in the same outfits and take pictures and things like that. But I tried being objective and not keep everything because she also has a lot of things that were bought just for her, which is important to have her own things. So I didn't want to keep too many things and then have an overwhelming amount of clothes and have too much to deal with, and then she'll grow out of them before I even had the chance to put them on. So I tried being objective, and I think I did well. I don't think it was too bad at all. So let's see how we get on when she's born and what I end up using or not.
He just woken up. I have almost a full basket of things to wash and a considerable amount of things to go to Nate, which is not bad, to be honest. I think I did well. And this is good timing. I'm gonna go get him. We'll continue this at a later stage. One of my friends has sent me this ginormous box, which is something for the baby. And let's open it and see what's inside. It was opening on the other side, but the other side is the bottom and we need to do things properly. I'm guessing it's gonna be like nappies or wipes for our first baby. She sent us this huge box of like, I don't know how many packs of wipes it was, but it lasted until he was like 3 or 4 months old. So I didn't have to buy wipes for the longest time. And that was because on the baby shower, no one got us those things the last time. This time we got 1 pack of diapers on the baby shower. So we're making good progress. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, you're insane. Oh yeah, so first of all, there's packs of napkins here. Size 2. They're both size 2. Oh my God, that's 58 nappies in each. A big bag of Mustela products. Last time with DJ, there was someone who gave a Mustela backpack to us as well with some products inside. I just love this brand for babies. It's still what we use with DJ to this day. Last time someone gave us the backpack, and it's the one we currently use, but I had already thought that I needed an upgrade version of the one we have, because it's great in terms of size, because the one we had before it kind of pinches at the top. It was very cute, Winnie the Pooh and whatever, but it's not great to have many things inside because the top is like taken, so if it's too full you struggle to close. The one we have currently, it's in terms of shape, very similar to this one, but it's fabric, so it gets dirty all the time, and when it rains it gets wet. And this one is like fake leather, I'm imagining. And the straps are much better. Like the other ones, they kind of like slide like in and out of like the middle strap. It's weird, but this one is great. And there's obviously things inside. Let's have a look. Oh my God, there's so many things inside. So we have the body lotion, we have the nappy cream, we have the cleansing water, and there's still facial cream. Inside is very similar to the other one. The only thing that is not great about this bag is that it only has 1 compartment, but whatever, we'll make do. I'll probably have little pouches inside either way because I'm gonna have things for 2 babies in here, so I'll have to have a way of dividing them. But like, on the side is great. I feel like they really improved their backpack from 2 years ago when we got the other one. Because this one has some elastics here as well, so it's a bit more snug. Sometimes on the other one things will fall off. And there's a huge compartment here at the front as well. So this is a great bag. I'm really happy. I'm really pleased with this and this and this. Thank you. Good morning. Today is the last day of this video, so I have a massive to-do list. I don't know if I'll be able to tackle this all because this is a lot, and some things are very quick, but others are going to take a long time, and I don't know if it's realistic to have this all on the list, but these are all things that need to be doing. Ideally, if I do manage to do all of these, it means I have my life together at the end. So I'm gonna do my best. Right now it's very early in the morning, I'm up in my pajamas, I look like this. I'm gonna have breakfast and then I'm gonna go and dye my hair because, oh my god, the whites are showing up so much recently. Again, I don't know if this is hormones or whatever. And then I'll shower and I'll come back to you, and then we're gonna start tackling the list, even though showering and dyeing my hair are here on the list. So let's get started. I ended up having to take the dogs out, so I'm running a little bit behind of what I wanted to, but we're resuming the program. I'm gonna dye my hair. It's a bit greasy because a few years ago I read or I heard somewhere that hair dye sticks better if the hair is slightly greasy. So I always try to do it like on the hair wash day, and it looks like this. This is the dye I'm gonna be using. It's the Casting Creme Gloss by L'Oreal. It's the color 300, and I have two of them. Last time I used two as well, and it worked out perfectly because I didn't have to be super careful about making sure it lasts. So I'm doing the same thing again, and it lasts a bunch of time. I like this one because it's not a permanent hair color, so when it starts fading in the washes, it doesn't leave a root visible. So like there's no root, the hair is just weird and patchy and has white at the moment.
Fun fact, I used to dye my hair at home once every 6 weeks or something, or 7 weeks. A few years ago, maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago, I was really on top of it. I used to have red hair back then, and I used to love it, and I thought it suited me. And turns out, every time my husband looks at pictures from me from that period of time, that was actually when we met. But when he now looks at pictures, he always comments how the red hair didn't suit me at all. Anyway, then I stopped doing that for some reason. I think I just got bored because it was a lot of maintenance. So I started dyeing it brown until I got to the point where I could stop. And I stopped, and I didn't dye my hair for the longest time. And then randomly, I started having white hairs. So now I dye my hair very sporadically. I use this one, like I was mentioning, it doesn't leave roots, which is great because then the upkeep is much less. So probably at the moment, I do it every 6 or 7 months. But it's funny when I think about it, because like now I look at it and I'm like, oh, I need to go do it, and I never want to. It's such a faff, such a hassle. But then I remember I used to do it much more often, and I always wonder, how was I able to do that? Like, what a boring thing that I had going on in my life of having to upkeep this all the time. And then I think about people who go to the hairdresser to do it. First of all, it's super expensive. I got it done before our wedding, and I spent a fortune on it. I justified it by it's worth it because it's for the wedding. But also, it was like a 4.5 or 5 hours appointment that I was just at the hairdresser. So when I think about people who do it every month, I'm like, where do they find the money, and where do they find the time, and where do they find the patience to just go to the salon every month and just sit there for 5 hours? Just 5 hours, just sat there, staring at yourself in the mirror.
I finished putting the dye in my hair. My camera obviously ran out of battery at some point, and my hands were too dirty to mess around with. But I don't even know how this happened. Usually it doesn't get this messy. Like, I don't know how it happened. I'm covered in hair dye, and worse than me being covered in hair dye is the state of my sink and my counter. And like my arms, there's a hair dye everywhere. I think there's a spot there on the floor. Oh my god, there's some on my trousers. I just hope this doesn't stain. I'm gonna put a plastic bag on. Usually I use one of those disposable shower caps from the hotels. You know what I'm talking about? But I don't have any, which means one thing and one thing only, which is I should go on vacation. I'm gonna use some cotton discs. I'm all over the place. I need to set a timer as well. Timer for half an hour. And I'm just gonna use a cotton disc to clean my face and my ears before I put the plastic bag on. I've done this so many times through my life, and obviously it always gets a little bit dirty, but never this much. I don't know how I managed to get this dirty.
Like I was saying, I have no idea what happened this time. I feel like I did the same process that I do every other time. And this time there was hair dye going everywhere. I was absolutely covered, and there was drops everywhere on the floor, on the counter, on the sink, on my trousers, which I'm very sad to report it didn't come out. I was wearing light gray sweatpants, pregnancy. They're so comfortable. I bought them when I was pregnant last time, and I've been using them this time all the time as well. And yeah, I'm sad to report that stain didn't come out. I tried, I used stain remover, I scrubbed, but I guess I was too late at doing those things because it's a dark brown stain on my very light gray sweatpants, so it's super visible. And it makes me sad because I still wear them, don't get me wrong. I definitely wear them around the house, but I don't go out with them because there's a huge stain there. And the stains on the sink, they came out. I scrubbed them with detergent and all the things. They did came out, which is great. There was one stain on the counter though, which is shiny white, that didn't, which upsets me. It is what it is. I try not to think too much about it. I put the soap dispenser on top of it because it's just in that area, so it covers it. And hopefully with time it will start fading. I don't know. There was another stain on our laundry hamper, which is just next to the counter. It didn't come off. I didn't try too hard because it's just a laundry hamper, but every time I look at it, I'm like, God damn it. And one of the drops fell inside the laundry hamper and it went on to one of Josh's t-shirts, and again it didn't come out, and it was like right in the middle of the front of the t-shirt, so we ended up putting
Very
the t-shirt in the bin,
glamorous.
which is very sad. But I honestly do not know how this happened. How did it get so messy? Why was there hair dye everywhere? Mysteries.
Here is the final result. I've washed and dried my hair. It's dark, it will fade a little bit within the next few days, but it's very similar to my natural color, which again, it's great because then it avoids roots, even though, like I said, this type of dye fades very naturally. So this is great. I'm really happy with the results, and it didn't stain. I have makeup on now, but where I was all dirty on the neck and the ears, obviously I don't have makeup on the ears, and it didn't stain them. So all good. Now, it's lunchtime. We are running very behind because from my massive to-do list, I've only done like 2 things, which was hair dye and shower. And I wanted to have done some admin while I was waiting for the hair dye to do its thing, but because the bathroom was so chaotic, I was wiping it, and it was on my to-do list to clean the bathroom, so I ended up just cleaning this one bathroom here. So at least I guess that's done, but that means I haven't done the admin. So I'm just gonna quickly make the bed, and then we're gonna go to the kitchen, warm up some lunch for me and my husband, and then we need to do the admin because that's very urgent. I need to get that sorted sooner rather than later. Bed is made. Let's go do the other things. On my way to the kitchen, I'm gonna throw a load of towels in that can wash while I do other things. For washing the towels, I use my regular laundry detergent, my regular fabric softener, but I add one extra thing, which is laundry sanitizer. This is the one I have at the moment. It smells quite good actually. And you add it to the fabric softener compartment. And then I wash it on my usual setting, but I put it at 90 degrees, so it kills all the bacteria, and the towels are nice and fresh at the end. So my son does this thing now where he knows where the grapes are in the fridge, and for some reason, he loves fruit, but for some reason, he loves going to the fridge and asking us to open it so he can get the grapes out. And then he takes one grape and he just eats it whole, even though when I give him grapes, for like lunch or dinner, I cut them in 4s. But he goes to the fridge and he just chucks one of these in his mouth. And he's the happiest boy. But the grapes in the fridge are not usually washed. I just keep them inside the box where they come in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start storing them washed. So at least I don't need to feel bad about him eating dirty grapes.
I'm honestly so happy that we are out of the berry phase. There was a time where raspberries was TJ's absolutely favorite fruit, which is fine. They're very healthy and all that, but they're also very expensive. Right now we are in a grape stage, which is much better because they're much cheaper and they're much easier to maintain as well. Whenever I buy them, I've been doing this. I just wash them straight away and then I keep them in a bowl, an open bowl in the fridge, and he goes in and he eats his own grapes. And at dinner or at lunch, if I don't have too much time to prepare fruit, I just grab a few and I give it to him, and he loves them.
Perfect. It's after lunch, and to be completely honest with you, I feel like I'm just procrastinating on doing my admin stuff on the computer. It's something that I need to figure out how to do, so I'm not looking forward to it. It's not something straightforward. So I've just been doing other things, and I put a video on the TV, on YouTube, while I was eating lunch. The video hasn't finished yet, so I started doing other things that allow me to have the TV on just in the background to finish the video, instead of going to do the admin things. But I'm procrastinating because that's urgent. I need to get it done. Anyway, I have some pieces of chicken here. This is some roasted chicken from a couple of days ago that it was leftovers and it was in the fridge for a few days in case we wanted some roasted chicken another day, but that didn't end up happening, and now it's old chicken. It's perfectly fine, but no one's gonna eat like 3-day-old chicken, and now someone's gonna tell me in the comments it's not okay to eat 3-day-old chicken. You know, it seems fine to me. It smells fine, the texture is fine. Anyway, I just removed the skin and the bones and I put it in my kitchen robot and I'm gonna shred it. I could have done this by hand, but I don't want to. So I'm gonna shred it, put it in a Ziploc bag and freeze it. I love having shredded chicken in the freezer. Usually I cook my own like chicken breasts, and then like if I'm cooking chicken breast in general, I'll cook extra, so I can shred some of them, put it in a Ziploc bag in the freezer, because there are some recipes that require shredded chicken, and this way I can skip like 4 steps of cooking, shredding, etc. the chicken, and it's ready. Just get it out, throw it in. It's great. I love having that. That's my life hack for the day for you. And just like that, shredded chicken. This made quite a lot. Don't know if it's enough for 2 bags.
So, here's my pouch. So maybe I'm putting a little something on my microphone. Recooking. I started the timer. I just didn't look at the top. I mean, here's how this started. And I described this experience something with chocolate. And
Yeah, so it's literally what I just told you. Shred the chicken, put it in a Ziploc bag. I like spreading it out flat, so it freezes flat. And then once it's flat, it no longer needs to be flat inside the freezer. How many times can I say flat in one sentence? After doing that, I went straight on to loading the dishwasher, which seems to be the recurring theme of my life nowadays. Emptying dishwasher, filling dishwasher, emptying dishwasher, filling dishwasher. But like I said previously in another voiceover, I'm enjoying the dishwasher. I'm in a stage of life where I've made peace with it and I don't mind it anymore loading. I don't like unloading the dishwasher, even though the dishes are clean. I don't like having to, walk around the kitchen to put things away. I much rather load the dirty dishes into the dishwasher, which I feel like most people don't, because then it requires touching said dirty dishes, but I don't mind it at all. And I feel like nowadays I do one full dishwasher every single day, which is funny because when it was just me and Josh, or even when we had TJ, but he wasn't eating yet, one full dishwasher would take us 2 days to fill. So I would do a load every other day or sometimes even every 2 days because I'd only run the dishwasher when it's full. But nowadays I run it every single night because there's just so many dishes. And explain to me, how can a toddler increase the amount of dishes so severely that you go from doing it like every 2 days to every single day? Because he doesn't eat that much, I mean, does he? He must do, because otherwise how are we filling the dishwasher so quickly? I guess there's a lot of bowls and plates but like, is it? I don't know. Maybe it's all the cooking, but I've always cooked homemade meals. So in terms of frying pans and things, which yes, I do put in the dishwasher, I think it's the same as always, but I don't know. It's again, mystery phenomenon must happen because now we're always having full dishwashers all the time. And the only difference is a toddler in our lives.
Let's check in on the list because I've been doing things and I haven't updated this. So I've dyed my hair, I had the shower, I've loaded the dishwasher, I made the bed, I cleaned one of the bathrooms, I put it in the bin, I washed the grapes, I did the chicken, I've taken the bin. Okay, we're making good progress. Obviously, it's not great, but we're getting there. And now I'm finally gonna sit down and do the admin thing. And then my reward for doing that is I got a parcel delivery that I have no idea what it is. Someone bought it for me. I assume it's something for the baby. So my reward for doing the admin thing that I've been dreading will be to unbox that, and I'll show you. And I'm gonna add that to the to-do list, and then I also get the satisfaction of scratching that out.
Tiny laundry, what's your relationship with that? I know a lot of people hate folding laundry in general, but then tiny laundry, i.e. baby or toddler laundry, they hate it even more because to have a full load, you have hundreds of little pieces as of when you have a normal adult load. Everything is bigger, so it takes more space, so you have less items. It makes perfect sense, right? So I know that lots of people from watching these kind of videos online hate and dread putting the kids' laundry away because it takes so long because it's so many. I must say that I might change my mind in future when I have to do it twice with 2 babies. But at the moment, I don't mind it that much. Yes, it's a lot of clothes in one go, but I find that it was very good for me to find a way, a system in which it's very hands off. So like I don't fold the clothes that neatly. I fold them like in fours or in halves. And the sweaters, I just hang them. I change it all the time as well when I feel like something or some item of clothing is taking me too long to put away. Like if I'm folding the t-shirts in a way that I find that every time I do laundry, I'm spending ages folding t-shirts, that for me means that I need to find a different and a new way of folding the t-shirts or not folding them at all in order to have it be faster and more efficient. So I've been doing this for a while. I've always done this kind of search for systems ever since he was born. And like I said, I keep changing it. If it's not efficient, I revisit the topic. But I feel like at the moment I'm in a state and I found enough systems that make it go quickly. Like there's lots of things that I don't fold anymore, like vests and things. I just kind of fold them in half and that's good enough. And that works for me. So here's my advice to you. If you're getting overwhelmed by a certain task, maybe you just need to revisit it and find a new, better and improved way of doing the same task, but without it being as much hands-on. And then let me know if that worked for you. Because for me, it definitely does, but we're not all the same. So maybe your systems are already great and you just still hate them, and that's fine. It's fine to hate things and certain tasks around the house. I don't love cleaning bathrooms.
This is the box that arrived. I have no idea who sent it. No one told me they were sending anything. I know it's a gift because first of all I didn't buy anything, and second because of the name that it's addressed to. So I'm hoping that inside there's some sort of gift note and it will tell me who is it from. And oh my god. It's a huge box of diapers. There is a gift note telling me who it's from. So it's a huge box of diapers, size 2. Why is everyone buying diaper size 2? Now I'm worried that I have too many diaper size 2. Because this is 198. I'm just gonna open it just to see how many packs it's inside. But, oh wow, hold on. It's not just diapers. Oh, that's nice. There's a bunch of little packs of 10 wipes. These are actually very handy to keep in the little thing that I have in the pram. There's 4 of these, unless there's more in here, and then there's 3 packs of diapers. Okay, that's very cool. So now I have these 3 plus the other 2 from yesterday, and I think I had one of these packs as well from TJ in size 2. I think I saw it when I was organizing, putting the boxes inside the storage. I think in one of the boxes I saw a thing saying diaper size 2. Is this too many? I don't remember. I think TJ was on size 2 for ages. To be fair, he was on size 1 for ages as well. I kept running out of size 1s because people always told me don't buy too many, and then I kept having to purchase. Size 2s, I would just buy the big boxes straight away, but I bought quite a few. So maybe these are not too many. 4 to 8 kg. Okay. Okay, last time I did this sat on the bed, and after a few minutes I started regretting my decision. So today we're sat on the sofa. I have a huge box here. Oh, it's the same size box as last time. This one is the clothes up to 3 months. Let's go through it and do the same thing. Decide what I'm gonna keep, what I'm gonna donate. I'm gonna put the donations here in this box. I'm gonna throw it on the bed. Also, 1 to 3 months is going to be the peak of summer here in Portugal, so it's going to be really, really hot. So there will be things that even though I would like to reuse, I won't be able to because it'll be too hot. For instance, this jacket. It smells so good. This smell just takes me right back.
Here we go again. Oh my god. Another full box of clothes. I kept every single item that TJ has ever owned. That is not true. I don't know why I said that. That is not true because there's been a very few, very limited amount of clothes that I got rid of him because immediately I either didn't like it or most cases I just didn't find it practical, like things with pop-up buttons at the back for newborns. Not practical at all. I don't want it. So I would wear them once, send a picture to whoever gifted that to us, and honestly get rid of it straight away because I'll be like, there's no way I'm going to want to use this for future baby. But even then, most things, like 98% of the things he has ever owned, I kept in boxes. And there's nothing wrong with it. It was very good going through it once again, but super nostalgic. But also it takes so long and my back was killing me, even sat on the sofa. But again, I try being ruthless and be very objective. What am I going to use again? What do I need? What do I not? This time I had the challenge of the season being opposite of what it was for my first baby. So for him, when he was 3 months, it was December. And this time when she's 3 months, it's going to be July, August. So, it's literally the opposite season. So there's a lot of things that I would love to have reused and have them in the same outfits and everything, but I'm not going to put a wool shirt on her in August. Poor baby.
Okay, so these are the things I'm thinking of keeping. These are the donation pile. Here's the donation pile. I'm just gonna go through these now and separate them into categories and make sure I have enough of everything. Then I want to do the same with the clothes we did the other day. But also I'm gonna take this opportunity, recheck what I selected and just make sure it's okay and I actually want to keep those things.
When you look at it like this, of me just separating this tiny pile, it's not that much. It doesn't look like it's that many things. I was looking at it and I was feeling confident. And then I brought the other clothes that I already had separated before. You'll see. Just wait.
Right, so from this size, I have a bunch of long sleeve vests, which I'm thinking I'm not going to need these many. Because like I said, it's going to be the peak of summer. And I have some short sleeves ones here as well. I have 2 jackets. I have like 2 outfits. 1 t-shirt, 2 pairs of pants, 3 or 4 long sleeve t-shirts. A couple of zip up pajamas. This one is not zip up. And to be honest, we didn't really use it with TJ because it wasn't very practical. But like, it's so cute. And these are some Christmas clothes. They are 3 to 6 months and she should be around 5 months when Christmas hits. So she might be able to fit in these. Okay, I think I'm gonna grab the things from the other 2 baskets and sort those into these piles too. And then we can take an informed decision of how much of everything we have. Although, hold on. Before I do this, these are different sizes. They were in a different box. Okay, I moved all the things further up the bed so I can use this space here now for the newborn stuff.
Okay, I almost made the huge mistake of mixing everything up, which was the number one thing that I kept telling myself that this time I'm not gonna do. So when TJ was a baby, I didn't know any better. I never had any babies before. So even though obviously the tags said different things, some things said newborn, some things said 0 to 3 months. And obviously I understood that the 0 to 3 months were slightly bigger, but in the drawers I had them all mixed. So when we were dressing him, and even when we were in the hospital, I didn't spend necessarily the time looking at the tag every single time. So sometimes you would end up with weird clothes that were too big, and then some other times we would dress him and we'd be like, oh my god, this fits him perfectly. And that was the reason. Obviously, different brands also do different sizes for the same size. But that was mostly the reason. So this time when I started organizing the clothes, I kept telling myself, I'm going to separate them in the drawers, like actually separate them. So have the newborn things separated from the 0 to 3 month size. And that's all great. But then I started doing this and I almost mixed everything up again because I was just going to separate like long sleeve vests and put them all together and then throw them in the wash. And that would have mean that I would have to then spend more time later, because I still wanted to keep them separated in the drawers. I would have to spend more time going through the tags, looking at everything again and separating again, which obviously not very efficient. So I'm glad that I caught myself before I started the mess of mixing everything up. So I still divided everything into categories, and this is when it got overwhelmingly evident that I had too many clothes, but I separated them in the same categories, but I kept the piles separately. And when I washed them in the washing machine, I don't know if it comes in this video. Also, I love how I say when I wash them in the washing machine, would I have washed them by hand? Like, what a stupid way of saying things. But when I wash them, which I don't know if it happens in this video or in one of the Nest With Me ones, but I also washed them already separated, so I didn't mix things inside the washing. So I'm trying to reduce the amount of times that I need to look at the clothes tags. Because there's nothing more annoying. If you've ever sorted baby clothes or toddler clothes or any sort of clothes for children, there's nothing more annoying than having different sizes all together and having to look at the teeny tiny tags and trying to figure out which size they are, because the tags are not all in the same place. Some have the tags at the top, at the back. Some have the tags on the inside, at the bottom, on one of the sides, either left or right. So every time you have to look for the tag. So it's not even just looking at the tag, it's looking for it. And it takes forever, and it's so annoying. It's so time consuming. Before I had kids, I would have never guessed that separating clothes into sizes was one of the most time consuming tasks you could do.
Okay, I finished separating the clothes. That's a lot of clothes, and I already have one full basket of laundry. That's like towels, blankets, the sleep sacks, things that I don't need here in this situation. So I just put them straight into the laundry basket. But, oh my, it's a lot of clothes. Let me turn you around. Newborn long sleeves, trousers, the newborn pajamas, newborn outfits, newborn short sleeve vests, and newborn long sleeve vests there, which there are a lot. So I might take a few of the older ones to donate as well. Up to 3 months, vests, long sleeves, and short sleeves. These are outfits up to 3 months. And those are pants and long sleeve shirts. Pajamas up to 3 months. Don't have a lot of those yet. We'll definitely need more. Those are some like swimming suits, jackets, both sides, and there's a few like head things, so beanies and like bows and things for girls, which I'm not a big fan of. It's a lot of clothes, but I need to count them, especially like the pajamas. There might be enough. I want to count them just to be sure, and I'll count those as well, because I have this big box of things to go sell, and that big box as well, which was the things from the other day. So I'm hoping they will take quite a bit of the stuff, and then I'll get some credit for the shop, and then I can use said credit. I already have like 10 euros or something from other sales that I did in the past. What's going on here? But then I can use the credit to get more items that were still missing, perhaps. Sometimes they have nappies as well, which would be very handy. And I need a changing mat, so I can put it over there for while she's sleeping in our bedroom. But for now, I'm gonna leave this all here because we need to go get our son and grab Dina. And I didn't finish my massive to-do list. In fact, there's still a bit to do, namely like vacuuming the house and cleaning the other bathrooms, but it is what it is. I'll get it done eventually, but I'll see you guys at some point in another video. Bye.